Hey everyone, welcome to last week's recap of America's Next Top Model. Ooh, text message. Okay, so yes, I realized that this recap is a week late, but I had midterms, y'all. It was a really, really hectic, busy week for me. So that's why this is late. I apologize. I will try to have this week's video up like tomorrow. I plan on watching it tonight, but I want to give you guys a little breather, so I'll keep it in the can until tomorrow. So on the last episode of America's Next Top Model, it was not the typical casting episode, and Tyra made that very clear, so don't get it twisted. But the girls moved into their new house. They had their first photo shoot, runway walk, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. So Molly had the top photo last time, and her winning photo was displayed in the house for the week. So that was cool. And on a serious note, I don't mean to bring down the room, but this is really important to the episode. Andre was talking about her family with Monique, and we find out that she had two brothers, but one died in a car accident, and the other one was murdered this year. So everyone's kind of like, whoa, what are you doing here? Like, you definitely have some emotional things that you need to work out. Like, that was, oh my god, like, I'm sorry, but I've been going through some deaths. Well, I've been dealing with some family deaths this year too. Again, not to bring the room down, but I totally feel for her. It's really, really upsetting. Good for her for keep on keeping on. And yeah, it's definitely going to come into play in the rest of the episode, so we'll definitely come back to that. But Tyra and her nutritionist, Heather Bauer, came to the house to give the girls a nutrition lesson, and they were teaching them about Cheaties, which are foods that seem bad, but they're not. And, you know, this was kind of weird because these Cheaties are only for indulging purposes, but I mean, isn't the whole point of indulging to indulge? Like, wouldn't you eat something that you're not supposed to eat? It's just kind of a weird message that even when you indulge, you're not allowed to just, like, pig out. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, they played a little game and they blindfolded the girls, and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. They blindfolded the girls and had them try two dishes, and they had to decide which one they thought was more healthy or healthier, blah. So the first one was spaghetti and meatballs versus eggplant parm. You would think that the eggplant parm would be more healthy because it's a vegetable, but it's not. So spaghetti and meatballs won. And the second one was peanut butter on a wheat waffle or cream cheese on a wheat bagel. And the winner was peanut butter on a wheat waffle. So remember that when you want to not really indulge, but pretend you're indulging. Sounds like normal food to me, but that's okay. Yeah, so there were other ones, but they didn't show them. Whatever. Okay, so a little drama in the house. There was some controversy, which I would like to call Chicken Gate. Alexandria left raw chicken in the fridge in, like, a bowl with, like, tinfoil on it. Pretty gross. That's, like, a health code violation. So, not cool. And Dahlia was all like, ew, you need to, like, wrap that and put it in the freezer because you're gonna spread disease in the refrigerator. And Alexandria was all like, don't get up in my face with that crap because I cook. She kept saying I cook like that solved everything and she knew everything ever about cooking. You don't leave raw chicken in the fridge unless you're thawing it. And apparently it had been there for a while, so whatever. But it caused, like, all this drama between Alexandria and Dahlia, and I have a feeling this is not over. Like, there's going to be some stuff going down between these two. So it's time for Tyra Mail. Tomorrow you will face your worst critic. So the girls went to Colony Theater in Burbank, and they were greeted by Nigel Barker and the artistic director of the acting corps, Eugene Buca. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. But the girls had 10 minutes to draw a picture of how they envisioned their inner critic, and then they had to face their inner critic, who was portrayed by Eugene. So this was really emotional, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little teary-eyed, especially during Andre's confrontation because it was just really sad. I mean, she was talking about her brothers and okay, so to reward the girls for all of their hard work and soul searching that day, J. Asina Jewelers gave them all earrings. So that was a nice little treat. Okay, so moving on to this week's photo shoot. It took place at Smashbox Studios, and Jay Manuel was there. And the girls found out they were doing a beauty shot this week, which just means it's of your face. So it was actually kind of like a jewelry ad, I guess, but the jewelry was covered in pheromones that attract bees. So yeah, that's kind of scary. I would be afraid of getting stung, but the photographer was Mike Rosenthal, and Jacqueline is actually allergic to bees, so I'm surprised she was allowed to participate in this photo shoot. You don't want like a My Girl incident, that would be really tragic, but anyway. They put cotton in the girls' ears and their nostrils, which kind of looked funny because it looked like they had bugs hanging. But anyway, let's talk about judges panel. The judges for this week were Nigel Barker, Andre Leon Talley, and supermodel Alec Weck. So first up was Andre, and before they even looked at her photo, she was like, guys, well, I mean, this isn't what she said, but this is my interpretation. She was like, guys, I've been through a lot this year. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. So basically, she bowed out of the competition gracefully. And the deal with this is she's out now, but the judges still have to evaluate her photo. If she has the worst photo, no one else gets sent home. But if she doesn't have the worst photo, another girl's got to pack her bags. So next up was Kasha, and she just had a great shot. I mean, that's all I can say about it. Michaela, I'm just going to blow through these because when there's this many girls, it's just, you don't want to hear me talk. Okay, Michaela, it was a strong head-on shot. Dominique looked very elegant. I think she kind of looked like a Grecian goddess. Molly, a little bland, but I mean, that wasn't totally her fault because her makeup wasn't very strong compared to everyone else. Brittany, does anyone else think she looks like Carey Mulligan? They could be twins, not even lying. Jacqueline, it was an interesting profile shot, but her hands, it looked like one of them was photoshopped in, and it was kind of creepy. It's never good to have photoshopped hands. Dahlia, her eyes were closed because in all of her other shots, in her roll of film, her eyes looked crazy, so they couldn't use them. Alexandria, total ice queen. Sarah kind of reminds me of like a toned down Lady Gaga, but she looked really scared in her shot, which wasn't good. Nicole, she looked old. I'm sorry, but she did. And Tyra's advice for her was think newborn baby. Okay. Hannah, she actually had a breakdown during her photo shoot and she was crying, but it ended up working in her advantage because she looked really elegant and you could see like the tears streaming down her face, but it worked for the photo, so good for her for embracing the freak out. And Monique, Andre kept saying it was Shanghai. I'm sure there's some sort of significance that I'm missing, but okay. And that's it. So the top photo this week was Hannah with her tears, and the bottom two was Dahlia and Nicole. So Tyra let them know Andre did not have the worst photo of the week, so one of them was going home. And turns out it was Nicole. So Dahlia has another chance. And that's it for this recap. So this went really long. But anyway, until next time, much love.